from Whitebeard's Kitchen. It's now into the month of November, so winter here. What I'm going to do this evening is a chicken pasanda, very mild dish. So without further ado, let's get cooking. Okay guys, so what we have in here is roughly about 3 to 4 tablespoonfuls of vegetable oil. I've got heating, so in goes a bay leaf, and yes, I've been waiting to get these for quite a long time. The large type that you would see used in Indian restaurants. Particular name, it's went out of my head. There we are, a piece of cinnamon bark, or cinnamon stick, Cassia Bark. I have 4 green cardamom pods going in, and also I have here just 3 cloves. So it's really only to flavour the oil. Give this a bit of a stir, probably for in the 4 tablespoonfuls of vegetable oil, just for about a minute, just to infuse the flavours of the cardamom, the cloves, and the cassia bark and bay leaf. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the oil up ever so slightly, and what I'm going to do now is what I have going in. This is a rather sweet dish, so what I have here is roughly about 5 to 6 good heaped tablespoonfuls of coconut milk powder. I have about 5 again of tablespoons of almond powder. There is about 3.5 heaped teaspoons of sugar. So I'm just going to turn this just down ever so slightly a bit. I just want to kind of not create a caramel, but just to brown off the almond powder and obviously the coconut milk, make sure all that is well incorporated. So there we are. And obviously, because this is in, you can feel this beginning to stick already. What I will do from time to time is add splashes of water. So I only just want to cook this off a tiny bit. There we are. So, and you can smell that already. What I have then going in now is roughly about, it's a medium to small onion, diced. So just putting that in. Okay. I will add just a tiny splash of water because I don't want anything to smell it. So I don't want caramelizing. So a little moisture comes out of the onion. But what I now continue to do is give this a good stir. I don't want the onions to caramelize, to be honest. I just want them kind of translucent. Okay folks, so I've turned this just down to a low heat, and the onions I know are translucent. This kind of reminds me as if it's almost like a rice pudding. It's obviously not. But anyway, so what I have now going in, I have, because I'm cooking for 5 people, 5 adults, it is a big pot, as you can imagine. So what I have going in is 2 tablespoons of ginger, and this again, and roughly about 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of garlic. I've just mashed that up into a pestle and mortar. Just give this again a bit of a stir just to take the rawness of the garlic, and again I'm just going to add another tiny splash of water, because obviously with the sugar, the almond powder, the coconut milk powder, things could have a tendency to stick to the pan very, very quickly. So as I say, give this a good mix round. Make sure that nothing sticks. So okay. So it's really only, as I say, just to take the rawness out of the garlic on this. This is very popular in British Indian restaurants. I have seen different, more or less authentic versions of this. I have even seen different versions, ever so slightly different versions of the BIR style. So probably once again, I'll have my own little twist on this as well. Okay, so What I'm going to do now is add my spices in. So what I have going in here, and it's all mixed together. So what I have in here is roughly a level teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 tablespoons of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 2 level teaspoons of Kashmiri chili powder I am using because it isn't a spicy dish. I have a tablespoon of poppy seeds. I have 1.5 teaspoons of salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. So get all those spices in. And it is kind of slightly on the yellow dish. I could even possibly add another taste of turmeric, but if I do add any more spices in on this, it's a dish I have never cooked before. So as I say, I've tasted it. My darling wife, Pamela, had this when we were in the Latif's-inspired restaurant in Stoke-on-Trent in September when we were on our holidays. She absolutely loved it. It's mild, you know, and she's not a curry. She likes curry, but she doesn't like it overly spicy. So here we are. So again, just to take the rawness out of the spice. And in this weather, in good old Ireland, or Northern Ireland, and particularly in the Mourne Mountains where I live, my God, the rain we had during the week, I mean, we were literally trapped. We couldn't go roughly about a mile or a mile and a half up the road either way, so thank goodness we had enough food and stuff in. So yeah, we're into winter time here, and it is a bit nippy this evening, and I see the rain once again has started. Let's hope we don't get any downpours like we did earlier on in the week. Okay, so I'm just going to add another wee tiny taste of water on this as well. Okay, I'm just going to take it off the heat completely. I've just turned the stove top off. I am going to, and this is totally optional. I'm going to add in 3 very heaped tablespoons of yogurt, or as I know Indian people would use curd. So there we are. Give that a bit of a stir. Make sure it's mixed well round. So try that it doesn't split. Hence, it's off the heat. I'll get the heat back on in a second, and the next job will simply be to put the chicken in and obviously add some, let it cook, the juices of the chicken. So that's my little wife away out, and God help her in this weather. So there we are. So that's that stirred. So what I'll do now is add the chicken. So as you can see, we're a hungry bunch here. So what we'll do is, I'm going to say this is roughly about 1.2 kg of chicken going in. So there we are. I could have, if I had wanted for my little version of this, sorry, turn the heat back on, might help for it to cook. But I'm going to put it to kind of a medium heat, and this is a dish I will come back to quite regularly. As you can hear, I have a bloody dog. It's a German Shepherd. Well, it's actually my stepdaughter Amy's dog. It barks at everything, but so yeah, Nella barks at everything. I have that all well incorporated, and I will just let this cook. So what I will do though, and I'm just going to put the lid on, keep an eye on it. And then I will obviously add some water in. I'll taste it and see do I need any more spices, because it isn't a spicy dish as I say, but I mean it's a dish that I have never cooked before. And yes, as I say, the yogurt is optional. Really, to be honest, you know, quite a lot of the recipes I haven't maybe seen it in, there will be cream going in at the end. Okay, so that's me for now. And when it's near ready, I suppose that's the time I'll be back. So folks, I've just had a wee taste of this. It's a little bit on the bland side, and I was just having a little nosy at different recipes when I was away. Considering the size of the pot that I'm making compared to others, I mean, they probably put in the same amount of almond powder that I did. So I'm just after adding in there now 3 good, really heaped, almost dessert spoons, so to speak, of almond powder. It isn't as sweet again, excuse my head. So again, what do you call it, I'd only added in about, I think I said 3 to 4 teaspoons. So again, looking at some other recipes. I've never done this before. I kind of remembered some stuff off my head, so nice to have a nosy. So I'm going to add in another four teaspoons of sugar into this, because it is a massive pot. I haven't needed to add any more water in because I'm using chicken thighs. I don't know why I said that. So obviously there is a lot more moisture that comes off chicken thighs as opposed to chicken breast, and I actually prefer chicken thighs because they are that little bit more juicy. I think impart a lot of flavour in the curries. So just giving this a stir, just thought I'd be back. I'm just going to let this cook. I have it roughly sitting at a medium to medium high. Again, I need to just keep a check on it. And come back and make sure that nothing's sticking. So lid back on. Okay folks, so almost the finishing touches to this curry. What I did do, and I must admit, you'd seen me put in the additional almond powder and additional sugar. I put in another teaspoon and a half of sugar. I say the sauce has, or the gravy has reduced ever so slightly when you last see me put it in. So what's going in now is roughly about 100 and I'm going to say about 130, 140 mils of cream. I'm using what we would call here double cream in the United States, or maybe potentially Australia. It's called heavy cream. If you've got single cream, great, use it. I don't, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. I have roughly, I'm going to say about 3 tablespoons of sultanas. I had roasted some slithered almond. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say that was probably about half a cup of slithered almond, toasted it. I'm putting this in, there we are, give that a mix round. I'm not for one for floating on the top to make it look absolutely lovely. If it tastes great, I'm quite happy. I have here my attempted julienne julienne of ginger. So I'm just going to put that in the top, along the top of it, not a whole load. And here we are. This is my chicken pasanda. I hope you have liked this recipe. And the next job will be putting it on the plate. If you do like the recipe, please do try it. This can be done for children. I mean, I know I put 2 teaspoons in of Kashmiri chili powder. By all means, reduce that. I've seen it done without it. I've seen it done with it on various blogs and videos, etc. This is my version. Again, slightly different. I added a bit of yogurt in. Hey ho, each to their own. But please do try it. This could be given to children for sure. It is quite mild, to be honest, and I hope if you do try it, you enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up, and please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I'm just your typical home cook, and I do like my Indian and Asian dishes. Well folks, that's the chicken pasanda. It's a first for me, not in terms of tasting it, but cooking it. Absolutely lovely. Like a korma, but not a korma. Tiny wee bit more spice than a korma possibly. Definitely would recommend that you try this, and you could introduce children to it and just cut down maybe on the chili. If you do like the recipe and you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. So I'm going to say goodbye because I really am hungry, which I normally am at the end of my videos. Take it easy, look after yourself, rock on, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.